Do you guys think that a 9 to 5 has a harder day than a streamer? What do you guys honestly think? Because if you're asking me, a 9 to 5 is way harder. 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? Hopefully, we got some good debates in here. Hopefully, it's just not a bunch of bullshit. Yo, shout out to Grandma and them in the background and shit. All right, let's get this money. I got to stop cussing. We're on YouTube. Let's go.
How you going to disrespect your mom like that,
she
dude?
is right now.
Disrespect your mom. That's how we're starting out? Okay. Yo, buddy, fly as hell in the back. Yo, shout out to you. Yo, Baldy, my guy. What's good? Let's go.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job isn't dangerous.
You would have to go to work.
I ain't gonna hold you. Streaming can definitely be dangerous, bro. People get swatted. People get pulled up on. Like, everybody knows where you're at pretty much 99% of the time. So streaming is definitely like a unsafe, depending on what type of people you have around, but it's unsafe, okay?
Went to school, and still...
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice.
You're high. You're hungover.
That's what I'm playing video games. I play video games on my spare time.
I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
I don't even enjoy streaming. That's not a... Yo, Jason, the Ween. That's not a good look. Got bugs and shit down here, y'all. All right, let's go.
Same old different day.
James! Shout out to James, occupation mail carrier.
Okay, all right. So my argument here is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5. Facts.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
It really depends on what 9 to 5 you have. You know what I'm saying? Chuck, what's good, my boy? What's good? Everybody go follow Chuck Savage 23. If you in here right now, drop a follow. He new to streaming. Go drop a follow right now. Let's get back to the video.
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's
But it's not harder. It's just more you don't want to do that. Nobody wants to go to their job. Nobody wants to do it unless you have a career that you love. But when it comes to jobs, not a career, nobody wants to go to their job. Let's be real.
You're right. You get up every day. You go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go, you flip some patties,
Nah.
Flip patty, damn.
Answer a few phone calls.
Nope.
With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch.
No.
We gonna see, Rob. We gonna see.
I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We have to deal with thousands.
Of course, Chuck,
tens
of course,
of
buddy.
thousands of people critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision we make, every thought we
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I had it made like y'all.
We don't have
I
to go
wish.
sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
Man,
We
you
have
got
to
it
be,
gravy, bro.
What's the next trend?
Because
What's the next
the shit I
idea?
do-
That's
Oh
facts.
my
That's
God.
facts though. You gotta be up on the trends. You gotta be quick with stuff too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be quick. You gotta be fast.
I have to stream today.
And I got dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have
day.
lunch breaks. You have lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on
Is that
24/7.
You got
High energy,
I wish I
24/7.
could be at home like you and kick back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're
Man,
walking
I
around.
wanna-
But you
We're
can
out
though.
parties,
Anybody
we're
can be a
stuff.
streamer.
I got to slave just for not even 100,000 a year. I got to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed pay.
Guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
got to work at the job for
If
years.
I don't go live, I don't
just
get paid
to
either.
collect.
We don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have
Huh?
to keep
Yo, adapt me saying the most like why you mention that, bro? We're trying to have a serious debate right now.
people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is bullshit. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You
Hey,
guys like this stream?
That's me
Instead of-
24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. F that. Fuck
Do
this
it.
9 to 5 shit.
Do it, bro.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in this seat is not a streamer?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault.
I get called fat all the time.
Oh, so what? I get called fat and chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat,
Well,
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though.
He's talking about some well. Yo, why, bro? I'm trying to be disrespectful right now.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. My nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing flags.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Okay. Shout out to grandma on them. I told y'all, shout out to the grandma. She already up here off the rip. I fuck with that. I like that. Can I stop cussing YouTube? I apologize. For real.
Flag, is there a reason you did
Yeah,
that?
because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that's
Sarah, ex-chef.
for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey's Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey's Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up and asking for a picture. Do you know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think this is going to last?
Forever.
Forever.
You think this
hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security that's gonna last forever. Having a job, being
That's
a
why you
cook,
gotta
you
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do.
I mean, if you saving your money right and you plan for the future right, that really doesn't matter. Let's be real, Chad. Every single one of these guys are rich. Very, very, very rich. I'm not going to lie. They're all making probably 6 figures a month, bro. So if you saving your money, bro, you got motion already. You got the money. You got the bag to put behind the new idea. Okay? So if you lose all your followers, they still going to be good at the end of the day. Let's keep it real, you know?
Get a
No, I'm asking
trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do if you lost completely all your YouTubers? You had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work. Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But
and
no,
stuff.
he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers
That's-
whatsoever.
you're-
He would
you're-
have to turn
yeah, but
around.
you're proving my point.
You would have
You're
to
proving
turn
my
around.
point. You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You can go cook over here, cook over there. You
could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
Oh, she a good lady. She a good lady. We gotta get a round of applause for Sarah. We gotta get a round of applause for Sierra. Yo, shout out to Sarah. You a school cook. I know you probably went through a lot and you probably made some bullshit food, but it's okay. We forgive you for that. Thank you so much for your service, Sarah. Appreciate you.
But you still cook.
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right here.
Flags. I see red flags.
Flags everywhere.
It's the truth.
Oh my. Hey, this gonna be a really good video though, I feel.
Say we get a brand deal. I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the four.
This man adapted is bringing up actually the worst opinions of being harder as a streamer that he possibly could bring up right now.
Local cans. I gotta make sure. Like I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention.
Rage bait of the year.
It ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get
Rhonda,
spoiled.
can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled, and your mama and
Rhonda,
daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving
we all
it to you.
Rhonda,
You're gonna say a subathon.
I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
I literally called
30
it.
days
I literally
straight,
called it.
24
hours a day.
day and night. No break.
We all streamed.
That
for-
ain't even healthy.
You're talking about 7 you have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
life. You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a
you
3-minute
Nurses
ad.
be going through a lot. I'm sorry, but there's no streamer out here that has a harder life than a nurse.
You short-handed.
They work 12 hours shifts all the time.
Talk about the fake relationships that you have.
Oh my God.
Now,
It's fake
Think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine
Sure.
every little person, we call them parasocials. They judge your
Parasocials.
relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out and judging you.
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex.
They the ones who pay you though, bruh. So you know what I'm saying? They the ones who get your emotion. So
I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you.
sorry,
do
Twitch.
you?
Yeah, I ain't know it was coming up like
Do
that. I
you?
apologize.
And that's a big problem with younger people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about you.
That's facts. That's
That's
facts.
all
That's facts.
job.
That's facts.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
Whoa.
24-hour open surgery.
Oh, brother.
Short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
That is not a moment right there. There's no way. All right, who do we have here? Ethan, occupation, drug dealer.
Subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
face team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
But that is true. That is 100% true. The face nowadays, the face brings everything. The face brings millions of dollars. All you need is a face. Move your face cam. We can't see the occupation. Hold on. We'll go up here.
All right, so you said 30-day subathon, right?
NA, occupation. NA. That's why I said drug dealer.
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that.
We will move it back.
and
Well,
was
I'll
all
move it for the next one. I got y'all.
your
Thank you so much, Rob. I
producers.
appreciate that, bro.
All these
W
people
mans.
back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing.
That's
we
true.
get
That is true.
sponsors
That is very
from
true.
These companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies, hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
I also have worked real jobs. I've worked like 6 different jobs. 6? Yeah, like 6. Probably 7. 6, 7, something like that.
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a
Why
year.
is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad.
I actually
I liked grandma, bruh. She cool. She hella cool.
they're wrong.
She hella cool, man. Y'all, stable Ronaldo streams are high energy and entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay, funny reactions, and interactive moments with fans. W reads, by the way. Known for his humor and loud personality, he keeps his audience engaged with constant commentary and viral clips. On Twitch, he boosts... Fuck! On Twitch, he boasts... Is this boast? Boast? Bruh, are we in England? Around 3.9 million followers. Averages around 23,000 viewers per stream. You're welcome. Occupation, I got y'all.
Hi, I'm Chris.
All right, Chris.
Why do you
We got another one. NA. Everybody knows what that means. All right. Let's go, Chris.
think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Lit, Rob, lit.
Guarantee to pay.
Guarantee to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it
I think it makes it less taxing, like less like you gotta worry about something. But I don't know if it makes it easier.
easier
Yeah.
because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it
Talk
easier
about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
So you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is
security.
easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay.
They're basically saying security is what makes the job easier. That's what the main focus, I think, of this whole thing is from the streamer side, right?
One aspect of it.
Working
right?
at
Yeah.
Foot Locker,
Okay.
working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer. Yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas. You have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with, though? But it doesn't make. But
Well,
you're not
you
even.
started with
You're not
pay.
even. You keep switching it. So why
No,
don't
I'm
you
not
answer my
switching
question?
anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4
Yo, where buddy get the shades from?
years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
I need
What's your
that.
definition of
Where'd he get them shades from? I like those. They got the little pink little shade on them too. Yo, Grandpa low key fly though. On who? I ain't even peeped the drip.
That's the thing. It's like what
Stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to
Okay.
get out of your circle, comfort
Sure.
zone.
Yeah.
You need to be able to actually make people believe what you believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
I watch YouTube.
Okay, you watch
so
YouTube?
much YouTube.
So it's the same thing. So the people that
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
entertained by are the people like
YouTube
us,
is
just for a
taking over,
different
bro.
Audience.
That's true, but you're talking about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment,
as a job.
but this
yeah,
is entertainment.
entertainment
But
as
my
a
question
job
to you
doesn't have
is
any
why?
guarantees. Absolutely.
So do you truthfully you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something like that? I'm just using that because that's the best
Sure.
example.
Yeah, yeah.
Is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity. Because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
when
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
I think it honestly just revolves around, do you love what you do? If you love your job, you're not going to think of it as it being hard because you love what you do, so it's not hard to you. If you love streaming, you're probably not going to think it's as, well, you're probably not going to think it's as hard. But I think it's more of like, are you enjoying what you're doing?
Not true.
I gotta stop pausing.
I
Sorry.
have an editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff that everybody's watching you do.
Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that, yeah.
No. Let me hear me out.
Go ahead.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most
Sure.
important thing in life. So do you build that with your coworkers and stuff like that?
Sorry, bye. See you later.
Seeing a lot of flags.
Damn! Yo, Gramps just got up and left on their ass. They don't deal with themselves, only they also deal with haters. Yeah, I mean, like I said, streaming comes with a lot of like aspects that can mess up your mental type, you know? But you can also, the same thing goes with working. Bro, I've been plenty of times where I work and I'm sitting here in the car like, bro, I really do not want to go inside right now. I will literally take an extra 2 minutes, and that 2 minutes means the world to me. But I'll take an extra 2 minutes to be late because I know I ain't going to get in trouble. Just because I want that 2 minutes, like, bad. So it really goes both ways. I think it just depends on what job you have. All right, we can't block the occupation.
And I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right. I'm not gonna lie. She's
All right, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't,
Do y'all just see Silky's face as soon as she said she had a girlfriend?
fortunately, I have a beautiful
Look at
girlfriend
this man,
that
bro.
does all of that stuff for me
This man needs to be stopped.
when I get home.
Look at his face, bro. Come on, dude. Why he always trying to talk to us? Damn, brother.
If I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off of that, and I was very young, and I started working with different brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other opportunities.
You're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple. So you're saying like to go back to the beginning, you're saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would have been able to do it without.
Example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off completely. About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story.
In GTA.
We've all been there. Every 9-to-5 worker has been there.
So
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my, like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent.
Yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every month.
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like
Move on,
when you're
brother.
alone too, and everything's going down. Where's my support system?
I don't like
Yo, Granny out here wilding. Is she not wilding? Is Granny not wilding a little bit? Every time somebody say something, she's laughing in the background. It low-key make me fuck with her even more. Like her even more.
Why is she laughing, bro?
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
Rob, that's insane.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
It is.
But my mom. How's that privilege?
It's privilege because
Mommy?
you have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to take 9 to 5.
That's a whole different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5s?
families that support them or accept them.
But that's a whole different conversation. What does that have to do with the 9 to 5?
Because they still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privileged?
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
Hey, I did that too. Child, I used to resell shoes and clean them and customize them, by the way. I gotta find my old shoes that I customized. I gotta stop pausing the video.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know, because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day, even if
let's
you
say
lose,
I lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But
videos. Even if people are hating on you and
that's not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Oh my gosh, it's Adapt term. Round 3. Adapt is a top tier variety and IRL streamer, averaging around 12,900 viewers per stream on Twitch, with 930,000 followers, and peaking as high as 45,000 concurrent viewers. FaZe Adapt is a key figure in FaZe Clan. He helped shape FaZe brand from its original stage to now. See what he got. Baldy! My guy.
How you doing, bro?
Good.
Good. How you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Gabe. How
Gabe. It says Gabe, college professor. Gabe, college professor. I know you guys can't see it. I apologize.
doing?
I'm doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time.
Not
Your boss
that
is
many people. How many people have been canceled and came back? Not that many people.
Not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you, you need to build that over years and years.
It takes time. It definitely takes a lot of time.
And communication and intimate relationships with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers.
Of course not. It takes work for sure. But what you guys are talking about in terms of the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. The mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, bro.
We have to,
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're.
I just think when it comes to creativity, the streamer side is definitely harder. When it comes to having to lock in every day, you can't just take a day off. Obviously, the job is gonna be harder. You can't just take a day off. You might get fired the next day.
Essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started.
It's crazy. I was watching FaZe adapt. He wasn't even. He was sore adapt or whatever. I was watching this man at this stage on the right here.
Out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quick scope.
I don't know if that's something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which
Nobody.
stage?
All of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Yeah, when I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you?
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
No.
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the
exist,
previous
if it didn't exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on, then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I also had to spend years
To
earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you just want to get paid.
But he's not hitting the crane shot though.
This is okay. We understand.
He might play video games, but he's not hitting the crane shot though.
I'm Vicky, and my
Vicky!
perspective is coming from a
Vicky, hair and makeup
physical
artist.
job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on
Oh, me too. Me too.
your butt and talking into a microphone.
know.
Is very
So
different.
wait.
Very different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning. You stand on your feet all day. You never sit down.
I hear you.
You're breathing in.
We made it halfway through the video.
Toxic chemicals all day.
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen,
Your job isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your job isn't physically taxing. You're just talking into a microphone.
Listen. So your whole thing. Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical.
And they can't do what streamers do. That's just facts.
Physically have to do.
I feel like people think streaming is easy. Like it is easy, but
physically,
not anybody can just do it.
Bags of like makeup, you physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't, man. No one in here can. Come on, man. None of you can.
Come on, bro.
None of you can physically
And you have to
go
do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes.
Longer than that.
Actually, yes.
Longer than that too.
Actually, yes, I would have to do
that. And then your day is never done. When you're done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace all of the things that you use?
No. Listen,
you have to
Vicky,
clean all of your gear.
Make plays. Vicky.
You don't know about
I know you got down like
hit
that.
markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these things?
Oh my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample.
Oh my God.
My montage is fucked. Your main underlining argument here is what you do is physically.
This man
Daily,
adapt, bro.
day to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing and hard than what any of us
And
do.
dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many hours
guys
a
ever
day do you trick shot? How many hours?
When I was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day,
needed
12 hours a day
however
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty.
Well, I don't think you're trick shotting with a Barrett 50 cal. If you guys were trick shotting with a Barrett 50 cal back in the day, your shots were probably ass. Let's be real.
My sense all the way up to 10-10. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zone.
That's facts though. That is facts though. That's facts
For
though.
the most part, but that is not all
Bet, Rob.
YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream and someone could rob us or kill us.
I gotta.
In GTA.
Wait.
In GTA.
They're laughing, but that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and almost
died.
Almost
Because he
decapitated
quoted his
him when he
thoughts.
was-
Okay, we got Silky. Round 4 Silky. Silky is a high energy IRL and GTA 5 streamer known for reactive, interactive streams alongside other FaZe members. On Twitch, he's around 866,000 followers, averages roughly 8,000 to 22,000 viewers per stream during events like subathons, and peaked at 60,000 in peak moments. Move this so y'all can see the occupation.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet
Thelma,
you, sir.
ex-librarian.
I'm very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know.
Oh, I
because
hope he's
it's
nice
who
to her.
you
She
are.
seems such like a nice lady.
That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9-to-5ers, and we interact and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
We have energy.
That's the main thing with streaming. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You know what I'm saying? You seem like a nice lady, but to stream, you have to have your energy up all the time. That is very taxing. If y'all think I act like this off stream, I don't. I promise.
You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like we do.
So what are we doing right now?
Interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait, isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me.
There's millions of people who watch a video
Yes.
We save lives every
Yes.
day, probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 10 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you can get dressed.
So you was
to
having
get-
fun.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
I
what
like
I'm
her.
saying is like,
I like
you
her.
guys don't
She
do
cool.
the interaction. You
She
don't
cool.
touch people like this.
Okay, now.
Hold on, Silky.
What's going on?
You go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You chose that. You chose this life.
That's the thing. We can't.
And that's
You
what's
choose to go
happening
out late
now.
at night
That's
too,
what's
though.
happening now with the
You
whole
choose to go to the
world.
club
It's a
late at
total
night.
Disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts,
We deal with
souls,
people too.
mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I
any
think,
entertainment?
Oh my
Of course, I watch.
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I
So
laugh.
then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
Then what make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained and
on
been like,
what's coming.
oh, I feel good?
Some of it is fake.
right now.
Some of it is fake.
You see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer because I'm debating him.
Okay,
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right,
Yeah.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys would do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
So it's easier.
I'm a very social. I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am. I do social media.
I'm saying what we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I loved your videos growing up. You were my childhood. I used to watch you
Or their
every
hands
single
shaking,
day.
their hands shaking.
Like you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel?
Yep.
I've had people
Ben
come
10.
up hundreds of times throughout years of my life. Had
Ben
people
10.
come up to me.
Legendary.
say these things. So
Legendary pool right there, Silky. All right, who do we have here?
I'm Robbie. I'm a
Robbie!
Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day. bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your
loves
mom
it.
and say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so
easy.
rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
she works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect to what you do. I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't watch because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged
day.
every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just smacking meat.
Yeah, well.
Come on, bro.
Is what you do fun?
I mean,
Do you enjoy what you do?
if I make it fun,
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
No, you
Yes
have
or
to.
no, is what you do fun?
As a streamer, you have to.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous, I'm not gonna lie. But
You're on his decent.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No,
hear
no,
this.
no, listen.
This
to the
guy
time
got
that I
some
wake
sass
up. I
on him,
wake
don't
up
he?
Maybe 3, 4 p.m. Know what I'm saying? I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I gotta smoke? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No, let him.
No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up. I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you know, he don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that my
What do his real
yeah,
teeth look like? That's a good
like a bad
question.
bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So
yeah.
you
This,
know.
you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit off your face. Cool,
Silky
right?
got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we could just scrub
Guess
something
what?
around.
No content, no money.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is fried.
You know what's crazy?
My mind is...
9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work today.
You already did my...
I did my work today.
You took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
Kill
No, I don't know.
Never heard that before. You guys heard that before?
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Yo.
Get this racist out of here. There's no social
All right,
cues.
all right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you.
Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
Am I a superhero too? Jason! Round 5, Jason. Jason is a fast rising Twitch streamer known for energetic gaming, IRL streams, and comedic content. Since joining FaZe in April 2024, he's amassed around 1.4 million Twitch followers. Peaked at 100K plus subscribers during a subathon, and was briefly the second most subscribed streamer on Twitch. W reads, for real. Oh, she back. Okay.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
I think dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah,
again,
I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question.
It's like
if you think it's so much harder,
10 more minutes.
why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Being a streamer, you have to be judged on thousands of people's opinions every single day. 9 to 5 person, maybe 1,
But
2, 3.
okay, and then back to my point.
Mm.
Back to my point. Is that your choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is,
that's my point. That's my point.
Why you got these fake
Was
tats?
that-
What's up with that?
You gave up your girlfriend for streaming. Come on now.
Shit, he ran up a bag. He ran up a bag.
I mean, he got filthy rich from it.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick something that I love? Something that I'm passionate about and motion. I pick motion.
Motion. Who do we have? Have we seen this lady before?
Lala Costa.
Lala Costa?
Oh, no, we haven't.
Amazing name.
Attorney. Lala Costa.
I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching?
They ain't serious?
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
All the time.
That sucks, Jason, for real.
That TV show it's
That
done.
sucks.
What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no, I'm saying if
Baby, stop.
thousands of you
Honey.
stopped watching.
What the flags mean? I don't think anybody
you guys
knows.
are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of
focusing
people.
on-
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
father
gone.
would stop, would you come up with a different brand then?
All those people are gone. Yeah, but pivot. That's the point.
Wow, that was fast for Jason. I can't believe he said that he doesn't like streaming anymore. That's kind of crazy. Round 6 Swag. In September 2022, Swag signed an exclusive streaming contract with YouTube Gaming, becoming the first FaZe Clan member to do so. During his tenure on YouTube, Swag achieved significant milestones, including a record-setting 80 kills in a single Warzone match alongside fellow Nuke Squad members. He broke into the top 250 of Warzone 3 ranked. He clinched his pivotal victory in the WSOW qualifier, securing him 1 million purse with his loadout strategy. Oh, we got somebody new.
Nice to meet you.
Alyssa, professional model.
But
Okay.
I'm sorry, there's no way a model is
I
harder
was
than
at the age of
streaming.
14.
I'm
I
sorry.
was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is
That's
way
low-key
higher
facts,
than
though.
somebody making streaming a career.
That's kind of
Absolutely, your
facts.
job is you just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There's so many people
I was
like
just-
you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck. I was-
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
no. But specifically, what I do.
Not everybody,
I'm
you
not
guys need to
posting
sub up right
selfies
now.
Around the world, it's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
If you're on YouTube, come follow the Twitch, please.
Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like. The
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I
camera.
was 16, so it wasn't.
So-
It wasn't.
No,
really
I
like that.
don't mean to
So-
pause it again, but I think people, when you tell them you're a professional gamer, they think anybody can be like a professional gamer. Like, it takes some serious skill to be professional in any type of game, Valorant, Warzone, Fortnite, whatever. I think whenever people be saying they're professional gamer, like, they're thinking of a little John at home that he could be a professional gamer too. No, Lil John sucks. Lil John ain't like that for real.
Really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
He didn't get lucky. He put in hours.
Yeah, no.
That's
yeah,
what we
it,
do
it,
too.
yeah,
We go
yeah,
to
it
school,
wasn't
we
luck.
study.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think people who don't have a job, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss
Is
all
he
his
the
hard
best?
work and all of his
Is he the
talent?
best?
I got
Is
four.
he-
I got
No,
four.
no,
last
but
year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world. So that's not luck. That's
like
pure.
less than
That's
1%.
pure skill.
So you're dismissing, is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
No,
they have a
worked.
talent. They have
They
a
work-
talent.
they had a
but
team.
as,
So what
you
he
know how
did-
many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So he's not talented?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did
I
to get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does.
Or people who
So
make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. There was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was.
What's he laughing about?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why they laughing, bro?
It's not, it's not luck. I've been doing this
about
for
to go on
13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking, if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't
Then
go the right path. They
that's
don't
not
meet
luck.
the
They're just not doing the
people.
right thing.
So there are so many, even talented actors here, they never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
Yo, Granny, real live geeking at anything, bro. I don't know if she's trying to be funny, if she's trying to be disrespectful, or if she just genuinely finds stuff funny. But she laughs at a lot of stuff, does she not?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly, that's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it.
Anything that takes talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4.
Facts. I would wake up before school, try to get as many trick shots as I can, and quad feeds, triple kills, all that. I would literally wake up 3 hours before school, go to school, get back from school, hop back on the game, start my PVR up, try to get some clips.
And I would play before
Dead
school.
ass.
Bus would come at
Dead
7.
ass.
I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think?
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not like...
You don't think? You don't
See,
think it's talent.
people's main perception on video games, they think anybody can be great. No, not. There's plenty of people that are good at video games, right? But there's a very, 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 very small amount of percentage that are great, that are the best in the world. It's just like with anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me stop talking.
Too old.
Y'all get what I'm saying, though.
I can't argue that because
Y'all could
I
never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You come
shit.
from a generation where this didn't exist. This career, you looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grew up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because you're from a completely different generation.
And that's
don't
true. You
get
can't
it.
even
I don't
get.
know if you ever will
They
be
don't
like
understand it.
Oh.
And it's fun. But it's like,
That's
again, it's
okay.
Oh, you gotta
That's
fight
fine.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
What do we got next?
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie,
What's up?
also a
Ronnie's
drug
on.
dealer.
You were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like taking
We
it back
fall
to
off.
that's being what? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way
reinvent-
you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's
Oh, and-
kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And
but
then-
if you lose a job, you
You
can't
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through.
But that's because she wants a high level job. She can get a job, 100%. I'm not saying everybody wants to work at McDonald's, but she can 1,000,000% be working at McDonald's in these 10 months span of her trying to find a better job. That's just facts, though.
I uploaded
resume?
videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
That's just facts, though.
And did you uploaded 7 videos and, didn't get any views
went to school, and still.
and paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job.
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder?
I agree with you, J Deuce. Like, when it comes to working, like I said, you have to do it at a certain time. You have to do this. But when it comes to, like, creativity, you don't need to be creative to have a job. You genuinely don't. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to give you A, B, C, what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just two different perspectives, you know? Like, I've worked plenty of jobs, and honestly, only one of them was hard, and that was McDonald's. All the other ones was easy as hell. I'm not going to hold you. They was super easy.
Then what?
But this is easy to me because I like it. I love streaming, so this is easy
Oh, as
to
a
me.
parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were
Editing
doing a very
sucks,
good
though.
job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good
Wait,
at your
he's
job.
waiting for.
Yeah, when cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well,
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I
nine
go
to
like this. I
five.
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it.
It
with,
is
you
a
know,
talent,
my,
though.
Sorry,
But people
my
play.
next,
Millions play.
Bro,
Video.
billions of people play Warzone. There's only probably 80 pros, like real pros. It's just like with anything in the world. They just don't understand the gaming aspect of it. They don't understand, like, the topic is what's harder, streaming or a 9 to 5. And my honest opinion, 9 to 5 is more like, if you don't love streaming, like if you love streaming, it's super easy. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just taxing on the brain to always come up with creative ideas. But 9 to 5 is more so, nobody wants to really go to a job. Like, let's be real, who wants to go to a job? No, you'd rather chill in bed all day.
Video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
How is it not a talent? Why is it not a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it being a talent. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think you're a Mozart, that you have this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
They have their opposable thumbs like so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million
It depends on the
prizes,
9 to 5, yeah.
if there's a skill you could just learn and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million tournament and win it.
You
couldn't.
couldn't.
Win it.
You couldn't. You couldn't. You couldn't.
See, that's facts. Like, no regular person can hop in a pro tourney and do anything. You won't even get a kill. You won't get not one elimination. You will get fried chopped cheese biscuit. No cap.
You couldn't
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it, but
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing. Like,
I'm not
oh,
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you can
how
own.
do you
can
know?
master.
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level
She
because
just said
that's not
Mario
what I'm
Kart?
trying to pursue.
I know, but you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
is-
do you know?
what
But how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
It's mainly because the people that work 9 to 5s, they like I said, like, when it comes to gaming, people love playing games. They are not loving their job, so they're automatically in their head, what you do is super easy, anybody can do it, because people do it on their free time for free. So they're like, it's two different sides of it. Like, it depends on the 9 to 5 that you have, though. Like I said, I've had plenty of 9 to 5s where literally I just sit on my ass all day and I get paid dead ass. I don't have to think, I don't have to do anything.
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I had
you
to
did-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When you're
my
trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But if I
Exactly, you
want,
couldn't, but Excel sheet. We could
Why are
do
you
Excel
dropping
sheet.
Fortnite stuff?
but exactly.
They're just talking game.
These
as
refreshes
a
don't come to you.
babysitter, I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on brace.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you, if I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
So let's give you, so let's pay for her. Whatever it is.
Pay,
Give you 3
please.
days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No.
Stop the cap.
That's not how the job works. You
She
pay
just
me
said that
how
she
I-
could become as talented as them in 3 days of gaming. Sweetheart, what's her name again? Are you fried?
Job done.
I think we got one more. Each 9 to 5 worker will now give their final thoughts on if streaming is actually more difficult.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame in this era.
Which is true.
And
Which is
technology
very
is
true.
totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just feel like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Wow. Okay, amen. W video, 45-minute video for us to get past that. And I actually enjoyed it.
Almost cried too.
Hold on, DDG.
How you gonna disrespect?
Why are we crying? Let's drop a like. Yo, shout out to FaZe Clan. W video, YouTube. We will see y'all later. If you have not joined the streams yet, join the streams right now. How many people we got in here, chat? 3,500? Oh, 3,600? Yeah, make sure y'all join up. All right, y'all. Peace out.